Hello, everyone, and welcome to your vision mapping session. I'm calling this vision mapping journey. I debated whether to host this live or pre-recorded, but my son is home from school again today. And so I decided I would prefer the flexibility of just recording this so that I could share it with you privately through the YouTube channel and the Facebook group, and I could guide you through this really incredible vision mapping exercise. Now, this is an exercise that I've done with several of my clients recently, and we've done it for their upcoming launches. I've done it for my own last 2 months of the year. And I always say that November is a really potent month to actually call in and anchor in your vision for January and beyond. So I know a lot of people are in the habit of doing vision boarding or soul vision in January, and actually believe that November is when cyclically, often we are planting the seeds very deep in the frozen earth so that they can then, um, they can then grow and be nourished in the winter months, January, February, and come to fruition in the spring. And so we're going to do a little timeline work here. And also, we're going to call in your most abundant vision. Now, I have a meditation go that goes with this called the Aligned and Abundant Meditation. And recently, due to my work with one of my clients, who's an incredible artist, I have felt inspired to re-record that meditation. So you'll also receive a recording of the Aligned and Abundant Meditation to go along with this vision mapping session. And so, what a vision map is, essentially, it's similar to a vision board. It's a visual tool. And I love that as healers, creatives, visionaries, coaches, we get to work in the realm of imagination. And I truly believe that by working in this realm of imagination, we're the first ones to help birth these new offerings, these new collections, these new desires into reality. So that's something that I'm really passionate about. The other thing that I just want to quickly share with you is that I just announced my Southern California Replenish to Rise retreat. We currently have 3 rooms left, and we have incredible women coming with us for a long weekend just outside of San Diego. So if you know that I'm in Los Angeles, it's just south of Los Angeles, halfway between LA and San Diego. We're going to be gathering together in the 5-acre estate surrounded by oak trees. And that is also a soul visioning retreat. So we're going to be going deep into like creative journaling practices, different creative practices to really work with the realm of imagination and birth our new realities. So later today, I also need to record the podcast, which we're working on the Wheel of Manifestation this month. We're going to be in the South, and I'm going to share with you a quick micro actually, it was a huge manifestation, but it came through very fast because I started to work with the realm of the tangible and the intangible, and I brought them together to create a powerful manifestation. So I'll talk about that a little bit later. If you're interested in the retreat, all the information is on my profile. And it's just a beautiful long weekend to really restore, really replenish. There will be sound healing. There will be dry sauna. There will be spa under the stars. There will be creative workshops. There will be wellness workshops. And, of course, there's some casual, relaxed elements of coaching. There's just a lot of connection, an abundance of connection. And that's what I really love about retreats is the spaciousness for new inspiration to come in when we're in a place that we're prioritizing ourselves, that we're relaxed, and that we're feeling really, really, really dialed into our own soul frequency. And so that's what my retreats are all about, helping you to awaken and step into even more magic. So this, I'll just show you a really colorful vision map that I did. I had an underpainting and actually just went on it. And I was looking at some of my collection pieces, and hopefully you can't read this. This is like my private map. But I was working on some of my collection pieces and also selling some of my different retreats and my offerings. So I mapped that out, okay? That was for my last 2 months of the year. Now, today I'm going to focus on a different central goal. And so what you're going to put inside of your map is you're going to start with just like a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil. This pen is from my Greece retreat and it says bright ideas. So I always love little winks from the universe. What I want you to do is I want you to put a big, big oval in the center. That's going to be your central idea for your vision map. And your idea could be something that you really want to see happen. And so inside of the central idea, it's like something that you want to create or birth possibly in the next 2 months. If you find it more helpful to focus on the present moment or even on into the next year. So I like to kind of zoom out a little bit. This one, I'm going to go a little further into my first quarter and my second quarter because I'm already manifesting. Like I've been in business for a long time now. I am manifesting my monthly recurring revenue, which I've talked about on different lives inside of my private Facebook group. And what I want you to do with that central idea is I want you to craft a vision statement, which doesn't have to be some big statement, but it's like really, really, really anchoring in your vision. So, what does it look like? What are you calling in? It could be like something as simple as like an abundance of health. Like if you're on a health journey right now and that really resonates, if you're in the practice of resetting your nervous system, but let's get really specific and really, really tangible about what it is that you would actually like to create. So I'm actually working on a group program that I'm going to be opening up at the end of January, early February. And it's going to be kind of like a higher level, um, like more direct mentorship with some different VIP clients. And so if, that's like one of my central ideas that I'm working with. And so in the center, you've got your central idea. And I just had my paper folded in half. It doesn't need to be. You've got your central idea, and then let's craft your vision statement. So go ahead and get really specific about what your vision looks like. What are the key intentions behind your vision? There's no way to mess this up. There's no wrong way to do this. And so, for example, if you wanted to launch a YouTube channel, I recently listened to a really good podcast about someone who had really made a big success in about 6 months with a new YouTube channel. Then you would declare and claim your intention to build a YouTube channel that educates and inspires people. And you would say exactly what you will be inspiring them with regards to. If you are focused on a new collection launch, then you would put that like say you're a handcrafted jeweler, you would put that in this very central statement of intention inside of your vision. And then what I like to do, I'll give you just a second to write that. Okay. What I like to do, and you can always pause it if you need more time to write out that statement, but I'm going to go kind of fast since it's not live. I can do like shorter pauses. Um, what I like to do is I like to then go off of the central vision. And I like to include any elements that are needed, are necessary part of the vision. So get a little more detailed in your vision. Like, what does that jewelry launch look like? What Is there a particular kind of jewelry that you're really interested in creating? An example would be like agate crystal wire wrapped, or are there any kind of YouTube videos that you really want to create? These are just two examples that I'm working with. But go into some of those elements. We're not quite into the practical, tactical just yet, but I want you to go into some of the elements that are needed to make your central idea a reality, to make the vision even more clear, to make the vision even more juicy and exciting. So, what else are you interested in exploring? And there can be more than one bubble. So I'm already on my third bubble off of the center. So any elements that you know that you would really, really, really like to include, include those. Anything that would make your dream even more magical of a reality, write that. And then you can go off of these elements and you can start to describe if there's any potential hurdles that you want to avoid, any pitfalls that you want to avoid. You can start to think some of these things through. Like, is there any obstacle that maybe you're going to need help launching your new jewelry line, or maybe you're going to want to step into a higher level of support, or maybe you're going to want to have someone mentor you on your YouTube channel. Or maybe to keep your energy really high and really nourished, you're going to want to do self care around your launch. So you can start to add smaller bubbles. And like I said, in my mind as an artist, there's no wrong way to do a vision map, because what you're truly doing is it's like you're mapping out it's almost like a mind map. You map out a visual representation of your thought process. Okay. The next thing that I would love, 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 love for you to do is I want you to take a look at your current reality, because it's really important that we see exactly where we are now. And that's going to help us to realize where you would like to go. So it's not so much thinking about challenges or obstacles, but thinking about what else needs to happen, what else needs to occur to get to this future reality. And so where I like to write that is any like little stepping stones. I would actually go around the circles. And so I've got my central idea. I've got the other elements, the things that I would like to happen. And I'm actually doing mine on the back of this, but you're going to go around your elements. Like, what needs to happen for this element to be into place? You know, is there something you need to know? Is there a resource that you'd like to tap into? Is there something you'd like to explore more that's going to bring more inspiration to your vision, to what you're creating? I just talked to another artist yesterday that sells a lot of prints, and she knows that she really needs more time to focus on her art. So, what other resources does she need to tap into to be able to do that? I like to write these resources and details. I'm just going to call it resources and details around the elements. These are kind of like details and resources. These are like your stepping stones to getting there. So what resources, like a resource that I have that I've loved recently is I had a landing page built on Fiverr. And I love that because it like, I mean, sure, it cost me like $100 or something, but it was such a great weight off my shoulders that I could provide all the copy and all of the details for the sales page, but I had somebody else build it. And that is something that I usually do. So what other resources can you tap into to eliminate some of the pressure, maybe some of the workload off of uh, everything that you're creating? Now, I could do this for like one of my upcoming retreats, and I can make an entire, I might do that actually for my fall retreat. I can make an entire vision map for it and all of the retreat gifts, all of the um, speakers, all of the day trips, all of the dreamy details that I'm currently putting into those retreats. You can have a couple different vision maps, but right now, um, you're working on a specific intention that you're working with. Okay. So once you've got your details for your map and you've plotted those out, the next thing that I like to do is I like to get even more specific. I like to think about what goals and what inspired actions are truly needed to nurture this goal and to dream this goal into reality. And so, what you can do is you can take some of these bubbles. So, I'll just show you like half of my actual map that I'm working on. So, some of the bubbles, and you could put numbers by them, like this is going to happen first, this is going to happen second, this is going to happen third, this is maybe the fourth thing. So, if you can, go ahead and put your goals in order. And if some things are happening the same time, you could use the same number. Okay. If you needed more time for that, go ahead and just pause so that you can finish up writing. And we're going to do two last steps here. So the second to last step is as you go through your journey and your map, and feel free, add even more, add like more details, add more excitement, add more inspiration. I'm the kind of person that I like to add color to my maps. I like to add details to my maps as they drop in. And what I want you to do is to keep your map updated. The reason I'm suggesting that you keep it updated is because you might start to be able to check some of these things off the list. So if I go back to my collection mapping that I did that in my sketchbook. So let me just grab my collection map. I might find that I've already done some of these things and that I like to actually sit with my maps in the morning and I like to say, okay, good. On that map, on that launch map was my January SoCal retreat. I've already started to launch that. I've already started to sell rooms from that. So I can start to check it off. I can star it. I can add more details. I can update it. You could really go big with this if you wanted to and do this on like a big poster board, something like that. So go ahead. And I did also some shop updates of my new prints. So I could go ahead and mark that off as well. Okay, so it's a good idea to sit with these in the morning, if that's your time of day, in the evening before you go to bed, so that you can anchor into the vision. If you're like me, if you're a visionary, you get a lot of different ideas. If you're multi-passionate, you might be pulled between different ideas. And the way that we can come back into greater alignment is to really anchor in and ground down our vision to bring it into reality so that we don't get distracted and we don't get pulled in many, many different directions. All right. So the final thing that I want to touch on is throughout your vision journey, I encourage you to keep refining your mindset and your behaviors because, of course, as we're calling in this big vision, say you want to create a YouTube channel with 50,000 followers, let's remember to stay incredibly agile and to ask yourself the question, and I love these identity level questions, like, who do I need to be for this to happen? I felt a huge shift when I started hosting international elite retreats, as opposed to my smaller workshops, which I was already embodying my expertise through workshops, which I teach inside of the program Profit from Workshops. It's my signature e-course, and I truly believe it's an incredible foundational place to start from. But as you expand, as you grow, keep asking yourself these identity level questions. It's like, who do I need to be? What does that look like? And feel free to write even that into your vision map. So you can do a little future self visioning, and that will help you to stay aligned and to stay on the path of elevation and expansion into your, as you build the bridge from where you are right now in the present moment to your future manifestation and your future reality. So I hope you really enjoyed this workshop. I'd love to have you commenting live in the group. If you watch it live, yeah, I guess everyone's going to be watching a replay, but inside the group, if you would share your central vision that you're calling in, and then I can also respond to you and ask you some questions about it, because I'd love to hear from you all of the beautiful, dreamy details about your future vision. So thanks so much for joining today. Our next Soul Business Circle is the following Wednesday. It will be live. It will be in the afternoon at 3 p.m. Please RSVP so that we can all be in the Zoom room together. Let's really take advantage before if you're in the US, there's a little Thanksgiving week holiday. Let's really take advantage to connect and we can even connect on the topic of our vision maps. So if you'd like, you can bring those to the next Soul Vision Circle as we step into our dream reality. See you soon.